So time to take up one of those questions from one of my subscribers. Let me quickly read out the question. Hello there, Fahd. I'd like to know, is it a good time to invest in a rented property right now in Dubai when they are in a time of crisis due to COVID? And I heard investors are running away, plus falling property prices and rental income with no sign of recovery. I would appreciate your feedback, and in the future maybe we can further this discussion. Okay, great. Stick around to the end. I'm going to answer his question in detail as best as possible. My name is Fahd Dawood. I've been doing this for 14 plus years. I started in Toronto, Canada in 2006. Born and raised in Dubai. I moved back to Dubai in 2007, and I've been involved in real estate since then. I'm also the author of The Intelligent Real Estate Investor. You can buy it off Amazon. If you want to work with me one-on-one, there is a contact form at the bottom. You can reach me and I will end up speaking to you or pitching you one of my services for a fee. If you've got general questions, you can put them in the YouTube comment section below. I'll be happy to answer them. Okay, so this is a question from Mike back. Is this a good time to invest in Dubai? Simple answer. Yes, it is, right? Why do I say that? Historically speaking, in real estate, the cycles go up and down. Okay, this is how cycles go up and down, right? Essentially speaking, when the prices are down are good times to buy, right? When prices are up, right there are not the best times to buy, right? So prices are low at the moment. It's a fairly good time to buy, right? That's my general answer to your general question, okay? There's another rule, so to speak, that Warren Buffett is very famous as a quote to have said. And, you know, Warren Buffett is known as the Oracle of Omaha. He is one of those, you know, investors everybody looks up to because he's made tons of good decisions, right? You know, buying one share of his company Berkshire Hathaway costs about $250,000. One share, right? Apple's like $800, $900. I think Google's maybe $1,000 or around that price. Berkshire Hathaway's Class A share, just one, is about $250,000, right? So this guy knows a little bit about investing, and he's been famously quoted as saying, you know, when the market is greedy, right, you should be fearful, okay? Generally speaking, here at this point, when the prices are here, generally speaking, the market is super greedy, okay? So if we had this, and this was the price index, okay, and this was time, generally speaking, here most people are greedy, right? Your neighbor is buying property, your doctor is buying property, the school teacher is buying property, everybody kind of is buying property. As prices go down, most people start selling, okay? And so Warren Buffett says when the market is greedy, you should be very fearful, therefore not buy. When the market is fearful, this is when fear sets in because nobody knows. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. Nobody knows where the bottom is going to be, right? People think the bottom is going to be somewhere here, right? So, because people are so fearful, this is an ideal time generally when you should be buying. But let's balance this approach, right? Should you just be looking at market timing? In my book, I talk about canceling market noise. Why? Because you're never going to be able to predict accurately where the top is or where the bottom is. Maybe the bottom actually is here. So you're never gonna know, right? So let's balance this situation because, you know, I write in my blog, I write in my book, and I say cancel the market noise, right? You shouldn't be purchasing here when the doctor, the neighbor, the teacher is purchasing, and you shouldn't be selling here when everybody else is selling, or you shouldn't be buying here when everybody else is selling. Let's look at fundamentals, right? Real estate, like any other thing, has certain fundamentals. How should I say this, okay? Can I give you a crude example, okay? If you were out there as a young man looking for a wife, right? You're looking for a wife, and your values actually, maybe this is not the best example. Maybe I'll go along with this example, okay? And let's assume that you want to start a family, want good kids, etc., etc. You're going to look at a few certain fundamentals in that certain lady who you're looking to get married, okay? Do you love her, right? Do you guys have similar values? Do you have similar values in terms of parenting and so on and so forth? Same thing for the lady, right? If you're looking for a certain man to get married, you're going to look at, do you love him? Do you have similar values, etc., etc. There's certain basic fundamentals that you're going to have and you're going to define, and these are going to be pretty subjective, okay? Perhaps maybe it's not the best example to give, but I'm trying to give you an example of, look, every area in life has certain fundamental rules or principles, let's call them principles, that if you observe, then regardless of what you do, you're going to come out on the other side fairly well. So when you're buying a property, and I'll talk about this in one of my other videos, or many of my other videos, so I don't want to repeat and regurgitate stuff that I've already spoken about before, it makes the video long unnecessarily. But, when you're buying a property, what do you look at, right? Quality investment, location, pricing, right? Money in real estate is made at the time of when you buy. So are you pricing and then negotiating the property properly, right? Are you hedging against surplus property coming in a certain city, so on and so forth, right? So there's a certain checklist of fundamentals. If you've got that covered, it doesn't really matter where this is, because if you're here, you're going to price the property properly. If you're here, you're going to price the property properly, look at location, quality, so on and so forth. You're going to be okay, right? One thing else that Mike said was, are investors running away? No, they're not. Investors are actually in the market picking up property. Last week, I met an investor who sold all of his and his father's property in 2012 and 2013. They're fairly large investors, maybe between the 20 to 30 million dollars mark, cash, not leveraged, which means capital in excess of $10 million, and they're in the market right now at this moment in time buying, purchasing, right? Dubai is what it is. They get the market noise out. There'll be people who will say, Dubai is never going to recover, so on. They just shut it out. Look at fundamentals, price it accordingly. Look at properties close to metro networks, train stations, stuff like that. They're trying to pick up deals, right? Let's see how things go for them. Okay, so I hope I was able to answer Mike's question. And just to repeat for good measure, is it a good time? Try not to time the market. Look at fundamentals. If you were just going to look at the market situation, then go with what Warren Buffett said. When the market is greedy at this point, run away. When the market's coming down, now's the time, which would be now, is the time to buy. But more than that, just do the fundamentals, right? Look at the fundamentals and purchase based on fundamentals of property, okay? Location, quality, finishing, rental income, pricing. Pricing is where the money is made, right? Happy investing, guys. Investors aren't running away. Investors are always itching to deploy capital where they can make the best return, right? Jump on the bandwagon with accredited good investors. Learn from them. If you want to learn from them to invest properly, or you're going to be one of those casualties who end up losing money. I hate that for you. If you want to work one-on-one with me, look, there is a link below. You can reach out to me. I'd love to do that. Ciao for now. Take care.